Says Rav Ovadia Yosef over here, im rov hatzibur shebayir kiblu aleim Shabbat. The majority of the city where one lives decided to accept Shabbat early. Like it's summertime, Shabbat, you look at the calendar, it says 8:30 adlakat nerot Shabbat. Your wife tells you 8:30, come on, the kids are going to sleep 7 o'clock. I want you to be at home 7:30, 8, right? So it's okay. But the majority of the city decided to do early Shabbat. What happens then? Huh? Yes. אם רוב הציבור שבעיר קיבלו עליהם שבת מבעוד יום בית הכנסת, באמירת בואי כלה או מזמור של יום שבת, אף המיעוט שלא קיבלו שבת, נגררים אחריהם ומקבלים שבת בעל כוחם לעשות במלאכה. You're living in a city where the majority of the city decided to accept Shabbat. You say, no, I want to accept Shabbat later. I want to stretch it to the max. 8:30 is Shabbat, adlakat nerot Shabbat. I stretch it to the max. No, Habibi. You are part of a community. The community, the majority already accepted the Shabbat. You follow them and you have no choice. And you're not allowed to do anything. Right? ואפילו אם אותו המיעוט לא היה בית הכנסת בשעה שקיבלו הציבור שבת. But one second. You're telling me the majority of the community, out of 100 people, there's only 80 people in the Beit Knesset. 20 didn't show up yet. Doesn't make a difference. We follow the majority of the people in the shul, right? ואומרים בפירוש שהם בירושלים מקבלים שבת, אף על פי כן מקבלים שבת בעל כוחם. Now, that is talking about, הדין אמור שהמיעוט נקרא אחר הרוב, רק באותו מקום יישוב קיים בית כנסת אחד. That's only if there's one shul in the whole area. You go to a place, there's only one shul in the whole area. There's 100 members, 60 members showed up and decided to accept Shabbat. The 40 members obligated to accept Shabbat. But there's only one shul. There's only one shul. But אם יש בעיר בתי כנסת רבים, if in the area that you live in, there's a lot of synagogues, בלי עין הרע, especially if there's ספרדים, every 10 people, they have to open their minyan. You know, they're not going to be like Ashkenazim, that everybody isn't together and you can build 1,000 people minyan. No, every 10 people. Oh, you said that? I'm not coming to Beit Knesset anymore. Come, you come. We open the minyan. You know? And then they fight, you know, the expansion. Right? So, yeah, that's good. You know why it's good? Because Faradim, they learned the halakha. Because if the Beit Knesset, the big one, is going to receive Shabbat, I'm going to have to follow them. Like this, I can make my own minyan, my own Shabbat. You understand this? They think about a lot of things, Faradim. Right? So, it says over here, even if there's a one huge community, but around it there's small shuls, right? The small shuls, it says, as long as not the majority of the city receive Shabbat, though you're part of the big community, you can rely on the small shuls that they didn't accept Shabbat yet. Okay? אז זה אומר לך פה, וכבר אף על פי כן, אין אחד משאר בתי הכנסת נגרר אחרי בית הכנסת המרכזי. Now we don't say, oh, the main shul in the city received Shabbat, so all the little ones have to follow it. No. Each shul is on his own. אולם, but, מניין המתקיים בבית פרטי, אפילו בקביעות, הרי הוא נגרר אחרי רוב הציבור. If somebody makes a minyan in his house, Friday, he says, oh, it's too far to go to Beit Knesset. So I want to make a minyan in my house every Friday. Shabbat morning, I'm going to come to the big community to pray. But on Friday, you know, we have 10 neighbors. Yeah, there's מלא כזה. There's garage, there's a lot of it. אתה מכיר. כן. אז אומר לך פה, he says over here, those type of shuls are not considered shuls. I'll prove to you it's not a shul. You know why? What do we do after Arvit of Shabbat? Mein Sheva. You're not, exactly. If you pray in a private house, you cannot do Me'en Sheva, the repetition. Yom HaShishi v'yichul HaShamayim v'haaretz. You're not allowed to do it in a small shul, which is not a shul.
שבוע שעבר ביום שישי, בשבת חתן אצל צחי, היינו בבית מלון, והרב שם כאילו, לא הבנו למה הוא לא אומר את התפילה, אז הוא הסביר שבגלל שזה לא קבוע.
Exactly, you go to a hotel, you cannot say repetition, because this is only בבית הכנסת. לא, 3 תפילות ביום זה משהו אחר. בית הכנסת קבוע. We are talking about a shul that does only Friday night, or you organize the Shabbat Chatan in a hotel. אתה לא יכול, because this is not בית כנסת קבוע. It's not a fixed shul. And when it's not a fixed shul, does not have a status of a shul to be able to say חזרת העמידה on Friday night. What? No, there's no חזרת העמידה. Yeah, there's no.
You say the Yom HaShishi.
On Kippur, there's no chazara. I'm talking about a regular Friday. When you finish the Amidah, we repeat the Amidah, right? It's a short repetition of the Amidah. That you cannot say in a shul which is not a kavua, something which is a base shul that prays 3 times a day. Verstanden? That's why it's important to pray in a bet knesset. In a bet knesset. No, just for Shabbat, Friday night. Because every day of the week, there's no Chazarat Amidah on at night, right? The only day of the week that we do Chazarat Amidah is Friday night. That can be said only in a shul. Why? Why do we repeat the Amidah on Friday night? We don't do it the whole week. Why should we do it on Friday? People used to go to shul, says Rashi in Brachot, once a week. There was not the luxury of today that you live and you have the Bet Knesset and this one open Bet Knesset and this one open Bet Midrash. There's not this luxury. They had one Bet Knesset, Basadod, in the fields, in the forest. So people will be working the whole week, pray Shachrit by themselves, Mincha by themselves, Arbit by themselves. But comes Friday, you're not busy, nachon? Come to Bet Knesset. So they used to come to Bet Knesset only Friday, Shabbat. On Friday night, when they used to come to Bet Knesset, those who came late and the kahal and the public finished prayer, he would stay to pray in Bet Knesset. When he would come back home, he would put himself into danger because there's a lot of goyim waiting for them to hit them, to beat them up. When there's a group, they're scared. But when it's the individuals, they wish to attack them. So they said, you know what? Let's extend the prayer 3, 4, 5 more minutes. So those guys who came late finish the Amidah fast and they can go back home with the kahal. So that's why it's only Bet Knesset, because they used to come to Bet Knesset. So this takana was only in Bet Knesset and not in a private house and not in a hotel for Shabbat Chatan, Shabbat Kala, right?
That was the point of the Chazara.
Exactly. The point of the Chazara was to give a chance to the people to finish fast, even though they came late, so they can go back home together with the rest of the car.